king of the road.
How's it going, guys? My name is Wade the Trucker, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we'll be taking my 2002 Ford Crown Victoria LX Sport 900 miles across 5 states and upgrading it along the way. I have handpicked 3 modifications that should hopefully make the car run faster in the quarter mile. But we won't know if the car will run faster if we don't get a baseline first. So I'm heading up to New England Dragways right now. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Let's face it, drivers are getting more and more distracted on the road, and what's better to grab their attention than some nice bright LED taillights? And that is where our sponsor for today comes in, Oxilam. Oxilam was first founded in 2015 with the idea to make LED lights affordable. And they did just that. With the exception of my turn signals, I could make all of the lights on the outside of my car LED for $159. But if you use the code WTT, you could save 15% off your purchase. Even in the daytime, you could already tell just how much brighter and more responsive the LEDs are. And here they are compared at night to the halogens in Project Oreo. They are a lot brighter, and because they're LEDs, they will last much longer. So say goodbye to your old halogens and say hello to Oxilam. Now back to the video. So before I started modifying the car, I took it to New England Dragways. And there I ran 3 passes. But the first pass looks like this, so we're not going to show it. Out of all 3 passes that I made, the fastest pass that I had was a 17.13. Honestly, it did almost exactly what I was expecting it to do. I was expecting a 17-second pass. Getting a baseline will really help us show exactly how much faster the car got. Also, check out this Challenger doing a fucking wheelie. Stock cars are absolutely wild nowadays. Anyways, after watching me get absolutely smoked by a stock Challenger, let's move on to our first modification.
This is your catalytic converter mid-pipe. Exhaust comes down from your header, goes through both of these catalytic converters, and goes out towards your muffler. On the Ford Crown Victoria, only the first catalytic converter is actually monitored. So this second catalytic converter is just robbing us from raw horsepower. And since only the first one is monitored, we could chop off this rear one without causing a check engine light. And as you can see, that's exactly what we've done. And why did I buy these? Well, these are specifically only for inspection. I'll take off the mid-pipes that are currently on the car and throw these on so that I can pass inspection. What a lot of people do is they just cut out this secondary catalytic converter and they just shove a piece of pipe in the middle. But I went the little bit more expensive route and I opted for a pair of cutouts. I had the cutouts professionally put on and they were wired up by my friend Jared from JS Solutions. And Lord, do they sound good. Well, here I am driving through wonderful Pennsylvania. And a couple things I've noticed with the catbacks added onto the car is that it really sounds different in the exhaust. It kind of sounds a lot more like a Mustang, especially paired with the MagnaFlow exhaust. When I looked it up online, a lot of people said that they were going to be too loud and that it was going to make the car smell. But I don't really notice either of those. It doesn't sound too much louder compared to when the rear cats were still on. And I can't tell any difference in the smell. Now the main takeaway is that deleting the rear catalytic converters is supposed to help free up some horsepower. So now let's go and showcase the next modification. In this box is our next modification. This is an ADTR upgraded intake tube. And it's designed to bolt straight up to where the original location is. You can definitely tell just by looking at it how much more efficient it's going to be.
The only tools you're going to need for this is an 8 and 11 millimeter socket and a pick just to break the seals of the rubber.
Okay, time to get out of here and test this. This is going to be fun because we are at... Oh, hey. I already feel like a lot better response in the pedal. I'm gonna get out of here. Definitely feels different. I'll tell you that much. Merging onto the highway. No issues. 48 miles. 48 miles to go on I-80.
And now we can move on to our next modification.
Now this is the famous Marty tune provided by Moe's Speed Shop, and it is a proven way to get more performance out of your Ford Crown Victoria. All you do is plug this plug into the top, just like that, and plug it into your OBD2 port right down here.
Now from here, all you have to do is click Program Vehicle and follow all of its instructions. I would recommend not messing with any settings unless you know exactly what you're doing.
From here, it's going to save our stock ECU data, and then it'll download the official tune onto your ECU. And there we have it. Download is complete, and the tune is officially downloaded onto the ECU.
So now let's take it for a test drive.
Merging up onto the highway, I have Hoonmerk in front of me. Someday y'all gotta come check out his car. It's absolutely insane.
I didn't really do it justice how much the Marty tune actually helped getting the car onto the highway, but it definitely did help get the car out of its own way, and I was having a much easier time keeping up with the Hoonmerk. Now here's something that I found with both the upgraded intake and the Marty tune, and it's that both actually affected the fuel economy, but not in a bad way. When I installed just the upgraded intake tube, I was getting almost 1 mile per gallon better per fuel up, and the Marty tune itself also increased the fuel economy almost by 3 miles per gallon, bringing my best mileage almost up to 25 miles per gallon.
Good morning, folks. Today is the last day of the trip. As you can see, I'm all dressed up nice and fancy, and I just realized I have yet to tell you where we're going in the first place. Today, we are driving to Belle Isle for the first official Panther Magazine meet of the year. Today, we're expecting a lot of nice cars, and I want to make sure that my car is one of them. So right now, we're heading to the car wash.
And so I headed to the car wash, and finally, after 14 hours and 900 miles,
And we have officially arrived.
it's so cool to see how different people can make the exact same car into their own. Check out this build. He took his car and turned it into an actual welder by setting up a second alternator. In total, we had 84 cars show up, all across the Midwest and New England, stretching from Illinois to Pennsylvania to New York and also New Hampshire. I'm proud to see what this community has become. But now, it's time to go home and see what these modifications can do.
Well, we have finally arrived at New England Dragways after 900 miles upgrading my car along the way. As a reminder, we have gone and added an ADTR upgraded intake tube, a Marty tune from Moe's Speed Shop, and famously, my favorite, the cutouts. Now let's send her down the track and see how she goes.
Well, I made 2 passes, but neither of them went the way that I wanted them to go. Like it was lacking power, kind of like it was running lean. And so on the first pass, I ran a 17.7. What's being shown to you right now is the second pass. Remember earlier when I said this? I would recommend not messing with any settings unless you know exactly what you're doing. Well, I think I need to follow my own guidance, because this is what happened.
Okay, my guess is fucking 18-2. That's my guess. Best guess, 18-2. How'd I do? I looked at the wrong one. 18-2. I was right.
But I have not admitted defeat.
So I think I officially figured it out. Pulled the mass airflow sensor off, cleaned that. Just for gits and shiggles. I pulled off the idle air control valve, cleaned that. But I think I finally figured out what the reason could be. It ain't supposed to look like that. So I'm gonna put it back together correctly this time, and hopefully I'm not gonna have any more issues. And we are finally at New England Dragways, hopefully for the last time. Catch you on the strip.
Well, I wanted to make 5 passes, but after the third one of the Pro Street guys blew an engine. But here is the first pass.
And here we go. Oh yeah, she's waking up. Come on, baby, scream. There it goes. Second gear. We're going. Foot on the throttle, all the way down. Come on. We almost hit 80.
Fortunately, I can't show you any more footage because the officials noticed the cameras in my car and shut it down.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
What's up?
that camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your window down so I can.
Yeah.
That camera.
Yeah.
It's got to be secured by wires.
By wires?
Yeah, it's got to be attached so that can't go.
Okay.
All right, so I
Cool.
need you to take it down for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I would let it go, but
Yeah.
it needs to be secured permanently. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
It's unfortunate that I had to take them down, but the rules are made in place for safety reasons.
And so, we have finally made it back home. We made 3 passes down at the drag strip last night, and the question that remains is, did the car get faster? And I have right here in the slip the answer. Our fastest time was an 18.03. The car did not get faster. I have no reason to believe that either the Marty tune or the upgraded intake from ADTR caused the car to run slower on the quarter mile than in stock form. What I've been researching mostly online is that the rear catalytic converter delete might be the cause. And so that marks an end to our journey. I drove 900 miles across 5 states and upgraded the car along the way. The car may not have gotten any faster, but at the end of the day, we made the car get 6 miles per gallon better than it normally would, and we made it sound better as well. And so finally, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Oxilam Lighting, Gene Guys Used Auto Parts, and also Official Panther Magazine for hosting the meet out in Michigan. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a wonderful time. See you on the next one.
King of the road.